Hi there, it's the Evolving Guys here. Welcome back to the channel. You'll never believe that I just finished recording this video and then it just didn't save. So I am doing it again from the beginning, and we'll see if second time is a charm. Maybe I'll be more eloquent and perhaps more concise the second time around. But anyway, thanks for joining us. We are doing our Master Set Monday series. And so on Mondays, we are doing Master Set challenges. We did Temporal Forces, and now we're on to Twilight Masquerade. I hope you go back and watch the Temporal Forces videos. This is the second of our installment of Twilight Masquerade. We are trying to build a master set, and we're doing it different ways. And so we can compare and contrast, which I think will be fun. So for Twilight Masquerade, we bought a case of sleeved booster packs. So you can see here, you've seen these cardboard sleeve boosters. They come in cases of 144, and we were able to purchase one from Rare Candy. You can see here the price point was $360 when you add in tax. We did have a bit of a discount that got it down to $360. Add in tax, we paid a little less than $400 for these 144 packs. You can see that works out to $2.74 per pack. And with Temporal Forces, we did a slightly different thing. We had a whole booster box case, so 6 booster boxes. You can see here we spent about $600. What's funny is that the price is basically the same. The price per pack, you can see down to the penny, was almost the same. So we didn't save money one way or the other. The price per pack was still the same. But of course, we're taking different approaches, and these are different products. And so part of what I'm interested to see is, did pull rates look different between opening booster boxes versus opening these individually sleeved boosters? I don't think so. I mean, my sense is that pack rates are seated kind of the same across the board, and that different products don't have different pull rates, but you can be the judge and you can see what we find out. Maybe you have your own opinion about that. So for point of comparison, first, you've already seen that for Temporal Forces, we made an initial investment of $600, and we opened 216 packs to see how close we could get to a master set. And then we were able to sell some things, any duplicates or trainers or things with value that we pulled out of those packs that didn't go into the master set, we could resell, and that money went back into the master set. And so we're going to do the same thing, but we're starting at least with an initial investment of only $400 in these 144 packs. And we're going to see how we do with those 144 packs, but keeping in mind that our initial investment is less. And so then once we get to the end of those first 144 packs, we can decide what we do from there. And you can maybe have your thoughts about what we might do to get closer to master set. Oh, sorry. I did want to say, I didn't even actually talk about what's on this slide. For point of comparison, I was talking about our initial investment for the Temporal Forces Challenge was $600. Our initial investment for the Twilight Masquerade Challenge is $400. But you can see, for point of comparison, to buy all of the singles in Twilight Masquerade just on the secondary market, this is TCG Player market pricing, it would be over $1,000. I checked the price of this a week after release, which was May 31st, and it was at $1,030 roughly to buy the entire set. And I checked again on the 8th, so a week later, and it was actually the same. I know a lot of the individual cards have gone up and down, but the net result in the end was that actually it would cost about the same. And clearly, that's a lot more than we're spending on these 144 packs. And of course, we know we're not going to pull all of the cards, but again, we're trying different approaches of how we could be most efficient and effective in getting to a master set. And I'm happy to report that we did finish our Temporal Forces master set. We were 3 cards short after our master set challenge, and recently I went ahead and bought those final 3 cards because we were so close, and it was just a really nice feeling to put those last 3 cards in. And we have a complete Temporal Forces binder now, and so that's kind of a good feeling as we move into Twilight Masquerade. And I have a feeling Twilight Masquerade is going to be harder, but I don't know. We'll see. You be the judge too. And maybe if you're trying to collect both, or maybe you skipped one versus the other, but let us know how your master set is coming along and what approach you're taking. So in this video, we're talking about our second 36 pack. So again, it's not technically a booster box because we're opening these individually sleeved booster packs, which you can see in the middle image there. But we're doing it 36 packs at a time so that we can compare these 36 packs that we're opening individually, compare them with what we pulled out of the Temporal Forces booster boxes to see if the pull rates are similar. You can see here on the left-hand side, there's a picture. My son opens these with me. He doesn't like to open it on camera. And so we open them together just in the leisure of our house. And then I tabulate everything and put these videos together after the fact. So how did we do on the second set of 36 packs? Well, I think pretty well. We had 15 hits, and we'll talk about how this compares in just 1 second, but you can see here there's just a snapshot of the cards that we pulled, and we'll talk in more detail about these cards. But definitely just that face value, 15 hits, is definitely strong. And for first of all, just what we pulled, we'll talk more about the value in a second. We pulled 6 double rares. We pulled 1 ace spec. We pulled 2 illustration rares, 5 ultra rares. And yes, we did pull 1 special illustration rare, which we will talk about more in a second. But I just wanted to give you a point of comparison. So you see on the left-hand side here, this is what we got out of Temporal Forces. So again, over 6 booster boxes, we were expecting what we pulled on average out of Temporal Forces was 6 double rares per booster box, 2 ace spec cards per booster box, 3 illustration rares per booster box, 2 ultra rares per booster box. And we did average 1 special illustration rare per booster box. Now, 4 of the 6 booster boxes had one, but that means 2 did not. So it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a special illustration rare, but it was more likely than not. And we only pulled 1 hyper rare out of 216 packs. So across all 6 booster boxes of Temporal Forces, only 1 hyper rare. Those definitely seem to be the hardest cards to pull. Those are the hyper rares or the gold cards you might be familiar with them as. They're very, visible. You can see them. They're not the most valuable cards necessarily in the set. And so the fact that they're harder to pull is not that big of a deal because they're not as difficult to pick up on the secondary market. But it's really those special illustration rares. I mean, those are the banger cards in the set, and those are the ones you really want to pull. And it seems like kind of you're averaging every 1 to 2 booster boxes worth of packs. We're pulling one of those. So you can see on the right-hand side, just this is what we pulled in these last 36 packs. You can kind of see how this compares. Again, we pulled 6 double rares. That's been really consistent almost every single booster box that we've opened or every single set of 36 packs, very consistently pulling 6 double rares. Ace specs, it seems to be 1 to 2 ace specs per booster box or 1 to 2 ace specs per 36 packs. We pulled 1 in this case. Again, 2 to 3 illustration rares, sometimes more, but that in that 2 to 3 range, we pulled 2, so a little bit lower than maybe we would have expected, but that was made up for by, in this case, we pulled 5 ultra rares, which is definitely more than we would have probably expected. And then again, we did pull a special illustration rare in this set of 36 packs, which is huge when it comes to just building our master set and making, reducing the cost that it's going to be. Those are the most valuable cards in the set. So if we can pull some of those, that's going to help us a lot when it comes to building the master set because we're not going to have to buy them. So these are the most valuable cards we pulled in these 36 packs. So the special illustration where we pulled was the Blood Moon Ursa Luna card. That is the 4th most valuable card in the set. So that's obviously really a big deal. We're glad to pull that. It's a $55 card. Of course, pulling the Greninja or the Carmine or the Perrin would be awesome, but we did pull number 4. It's not maybe my favorite of the special illustration rares. It's probably one of my least favorites, actually, but I was really happy to pull it because of its value. The next most valuable card we pulled was the Carmine, so it's a pretty big drop down to that from 55 down to 13. And what's funny is we already pulled this card in our first set of 36 packs. And so this is actually a duplicate, and so we'll be able to resell this. And at least in that case, I would rather pull a card we didn't have in the master set, but if we're going to pull one, it's nice to pull one that has at least a little bit of value so we can invest that back into the master set. The Infernape is the next most valuable card. I really like this card, and I think in Scarlet and Violet in general, there's just a lot of really cool illustration rare cards that aren't maybe particularly valuable, and maybe it has to do with just your preference for art or your favorite Pokemon, but I just thought this card it's very striking. Just the art, the coloration. So it's cool to pull that. The next most valuable card, Lanazade, just under $5. So you can see there's a big drop off there. But again, we're building a master set. So as long as it's a card we don't already have, I am happy to pull it, even if it's not a valuable card, because we need it one way or the other. A few of the other cards that we pulled, the only A-Spec card we pulled was the Legacy Energy. None of the A-Specs in this particular set are that valuable, but we do need them for the master set. So we're happy to pull them. The Enamorous card, again, I think pretty cool card, just a few dollar card. The Luxray EX is pretty blah, I think, as a full art card. And again, the full art trainers are becoming less exciting. The Lucian card is not that exciting, but at least we needed it. So here's an update of where we stand after 72 packs. So we've opened 72 packs, and this is just our progress toward the master set. And again, I hope this gives you some idea as you build your master sets, just how many packs you have to open to get to some of these benchmarks. And so after 36 packs, we were still missing some commons, some uncommons, and one of the regular rare cards. And so I'm happy to report that now after 72 packs, we have all the commons, all the uncommons, and all the regular rares. We would expect that, right? You would expect after 72 packs. And again, we know these are not valuable cards, but still the point here is to build a master set. So it's nice to check those boxes. As far as the double rares go, there's 14 in the set. We have 11. Again, we're consistently pulling 6 in every 36 packs, so I'm not too worried about pulling these. And of course, if we pull duplicates, it'd be great to pull duplicates of the more valuable ones. There are a few valuable double rares in this set, at least relatively speaking. And so if we can pull duplicates, then that's stuff we can sell and reinvest. We did pull the Dragapult EX in the first set of 36 packs. We're still 3 short, but again, I expect that we'll pull those. And then on the right-hand side, you see that's where the real progress we need to make. Again, I feel pretty good about our progress. We've pulled 5 illustration rares, so about a quarter of the way there. We've pulled 6 ultra rares, getting close to 40% of the way there. Again, the special illustration rares, we know we're not going to pull anywhere near all of them. The hope is, it seems like people are averaging maybe 1 special illustration rare for every 1 to 2 booster boxes worth of packs. And so we've opened 2 booster boxes worth of packs. Again, these are individually sleeved blister packs, but they're still, it's still 72 packs. So the equivalent of 2 booster boxes, we've pulled 1 special illustration rare. So I would really hope to pull, I would expect to pull at least 1 more, and I really hope that we would pull 2 more. And again, if it could be the Greninja or the Carmine, that would be like super amazing, but we'll see. I guess you have to tune in to find out if we pull those. The hyper rares, we still haven't pulled a hyper rare. Again, I'm not expecting to pull. Maybe if we pull 1, again, it'd be great if it were the Buddy Buddy Puffin. That would help a lot with just the cost. And that's definitely the most valuable one. It'd be more expensive to pick up on our own. A-Specs, we're halfway there. Again, none of them are particularly valuable, and I'm not too worried about pulling them. We should pull all of them by the end. And then the reverse hollows, that's kind of an interesting journey of its own. We are almost 60% of the way there. I would have expected maybe to be a little further along here, but it is what it is. In Temporal Forces, after 216 packs, we were 1 short. We had a lot of duplicates, of course, but we were still actually missing 1. So I'm kind of expecting that after 144 packs, so 72 fewer packs for this challenge, at least to start with, I imagine we're not going to have a full set of reverses, but we'll see. Hopefully we can get pretty close. So I wanted just to compare. Again, we have the benefit, having done a Temporal Forces Master Set Challenge, we can look back and see how were we doing then and how are we doing now, keeping in mind that with Temporal Forces, we were opening booster boxes, and with Twilight Masquerade, we're opening sealed, individually sleeved, cardboard sleeved booster packs. So you can see after 72 packs of Temporal Forces, we were 75% of the way to a master set, and with Twilight Masquerade, 77%. So tracking very, very closely. And you can also see that overall, when you add in the reverse hollows, that's just adding in the reverse hollows. Temporal Forces, we were 71% of the way to a master set after 72 packs, and Twilight Masquerade, 69%. So again, very close on both counts, I think more or less like statistically equal. And the one difference is that Temporal Forces, after 72 packs, we had pulled almost $300 of value, whereas Twilight Masquerade, even though it is a more valuable set, when you just add up all the card values, we're actually lagging a little bit behind, only about $150. I think with Temporal Forces, we did pull special illustration rares in both of the first 2 booster boxes, and we also pulled, they had an A-Spec, the Prime Catcher A-Spec, which we pulled was a valuable one. So maybe it's just our luck was a little bit better. I don't think our pools were particular. The number of cards that we were pulling from Temporal Forces it was that much better. In fact, Twilight Masquerade, again, we had 15 hits in this particular set of packs. So anyway, that's something I'd have to go back and look more closely, but it is kind of an interesting difference. So the last thing I have for you is just, again, to compare, kind of looking ahead, looking both behind where we've been and looking ahead of where we're going. So you can see, again, after 36 packs, with Temporal Forces, we were 68% of the way to master set. With Twilight Masquerade, we were lagging a little bit at only 58%. But you can see that we really caught up in these last 36 packs. After 72 packs, with Temporal Forces, we were 75% of the way, and with Twilight Masquerade, 77%. So we not only caught up, but we kind of slightly surpassed where we were at this point with Temporal Forces. You can see that with Temporal Forces, after the 3rd booster box, we moved up to 83% complete. After the 4th booster box, just ticked up very slightly to 85. After the fifth, slightly again to 88. And after the sixth, only 1 percentage point increase. And so that's part of why we decided to pivot, thanks to actually a watcher comment. One of you guys commented that, it seems like that sweet spot might be 4 booster boxes worth of packs where you really are filling out that master set, but then you're not just kind of throwing good money after bad by that fifth and sixth booster box where you're not really getting much closer to a master set. And so that's what we're doing differently. This time we put that $400 initial investment. We're going to see what those four, it's the equivalent of 4 booster boxes of packs. And we'll have a decision to make. We'll be $400 into our challenge, but we're going to be a bit further ahead because we started with $600 at Temporal Forces as our initial investment. So we're going to have that extra $200. We'll be ahead already. And we can decide, do we buy singles with that money? Do we invest in other products and open additional packs? Anyway, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But that's where we stand after 2 booster boxes worth of Twilight Masquerade at 72 packs. We're going to jump into the next 36 packs, and we'll post the results for that next Monday for our Master Set Challenge. So thanks for watching. Please tune in. We're going to have our Teaching Tuesday video tomorrow. I'm going to talk about mystery packs, mystery products that you might find on your store shelves. And then on Wednesday, I think I'm going to open a different set, try to work towards a different master set, but we'll see. I'm still going to work on that one. So thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate your support of the channel. Please like and subscribe. Please share with others, and we will talk to you soon.